Right, Charlotte truck race review. I tried to do this a second ago. The broadcast stopped itself. But, yeah. Carson Hocevar should have won that race. I can go ahead and turn the video off. We got screwed out of a good winner. But I'm gonna be like Eric Estep, and I'm gonna talk about things that happened in the race. Notable things, which there weren't really many. The beginning of the race, I don't remember the beginning of the race, because usually I remember because I was like editing the video and I'll like skip through things. But the first video I was making for the whole first stage ended up getting deleted because my stupid cheap little tablet restarted itself. So that stinks. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the second stage since literally nothing happened in the first stage. Second stage, pretty uneventful. Tate Fogelman ended up spinning out, entering pit road, which is right over there. And right in here, actually, on the restart, actually I can be right where Ben Rhodes was, right up here. On the restart, basically, I'm losing track. Basically on the restart, Spencer Boyd, I'm pretty sure it was, in the 20. No, it wasn't Spencer Boyd, but the 20 ended up spinning out right up there in turn 1 over here. Got turned, I forgot I didn't know I was doing qualifying for a second there. But yeah. Hey, AJ's here. But yeah, basically, that's what ended stage number 2. It was side by side for the lead between Christian Eckes and Ben Rhodes. In my opinion, Eckes should have got it through caution a little bit early. But, yeah, the 20 ended up getting turned in the outside wall. That ended stage 2, right as soon as the restart happened. Then, we'll get into stage 3. Carson Hocevar, a few laps in. I'm pretty sure it was actually on the restart, on the inside. He, got the lead. And this is actually gonna be a pretty short review, I guess. But alright, so it's like 60 something to go, 67 laps to go, let's say. Carson Hocevar pulls way out ahead. Like the furthest he gets away, I think it's like a 7-second lead, almost a 7-second lead. Then Jesse Awuji in the O2 blows a tire, gets into Tyler Ankrum, hits the wall. A lot of people were saying that was a drama caution, and actually I was right after it happened, but you know, that was just me being mad in the moment. So yeah, Carson Hocevar chooses the inside lane. That was a mistake. Choose the inside lane on the restart. Then on the restart, the inside lane, Ross Chastain, I don't know if he spins his tires or what, but the whole inside lane, like they're heading into turn 1, they were all almost wrecking on the inside lane. And Hocevar didn't have any help. Slid up into Ryan Preece in the 17, who's running second. Then down the backstretch, Ross Chastain gave Hocevar a huge push. Unfortunately, that push was not enough. And Hocevar, I guess Preece kind of took the air off of Hocevar's truck heading into turn 3. And Hocevar spun out, came up into Ryan Preece. They both hit the wall. Actually, lucky there weren't more cars involved in that. Then the next restart was pretty wild. They were 3 wide for the lead on the last lap. It ended up going to Ross Chastain. Grant Enfinger, he finished, I think he finished 3rd. Christian Eckes, his points must be looking pretty good. He finished 2nd for the 2nd time in a row. So yeah, that's basically the whole race review. It was basically just a pretty boring race up until the end, and it just got stupid. So yeah, Hocevar got screwed again, as usual. I mean, even with like 20 to go or so, he was like pulling up to like a 5 or 6 second lead. I was like, there's no way he wins this race, right? No, he's not lucky enough to win this. Something's bound to happen, right? And looks like I called it. But also another side note, something I noted very early on in the race. Actually, it wasn't even in the truck race. It was in the ARCA race, so really early on. And around the beginning of the ARCA race, I noticed down the back stretch. I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and showcase it here. Almost died. But yeah, down the back stretch here, it's in NASCAR 21. But down the back stretch here, the chicane, where the backstretch chicane, the walls from the chicane were actually still there. So I was thinking that was pretty dangerous. You know, got a wall that just like completely sticks out right there. Turns out it was at way more of a shallow angle than it actually is for the Roval, and I never noticed it until they showed an onboard shot with like 20 laps to go. So that whole time, every time there was a restart, I thought someone was gonna get murdered in the inside wall. So yeah, that was just a little side note. But yeah. Maybe I should talk about the ARCA race. Now, the ARCA race had a bunch of cars catching on fire, and well, there was a point where 3 cars caught on fire, like, within 40 laps. 44 laps into the race, we were already on our 3rd car fire. So yeah, that was, the ARCA race actually had a lot more going on. We had 2 big saves, Corey Heim going for the lead, and Raja Karuth trying to get around a lap car. The announcers are saying Raja Karuth tapped the wall. I don't think he did. Looking back on it, even at the time, he didn't hit the wall. He didn't. Also, Stuart Friesen is trying to kill me. I know you're excited after winning last week, but bro. But yeah. Other than Ben Rhodes winning stage, I forgot to mention, Ben Rhodes won, and Christian Eckes actually were up front at the end of stage 2 because of strategy, tire strategy. So, yeah. I want to go to, NASCAR.com, check the race results. I think I'm actually going to do this every race. Just do a race review. But yeah, I'm gonna look at the results for the truck race if they're actually available. Camping World Truck Series, that's the only thing that shows me the results. So Grant Enfinger actually finishes 2nd, Christian Eckes fades back to 4th. So the top 5, Ross Chastain, who gets the win, Grant Enfinger, John Hunter Nemechek, 3rd, Christian Eckes, 4th, Zane Smith, 5th. Then Tanner Gray actually with a pretty good run, finishes 6th. Kyle Busch, who's having a lot of problems today, ended up getting a solid 7th place. Chandler Smith, 8th, Stuart Friesen, 9th. And actually, around the end of the race, Ben Rhodes finally got his truck together. He was having problems all day, too. He ends up finishing 10th. Ryan Preece, even after smacking the wall in that crash with Hocevar, finishes 11th. Derek Kraus, 12th. Tom Majeski, 13th. Colby Howard, 14th. Nice top 15 there. And Chase Purdy, 15th. Carson Hocevar, 16th. Matt Benedetto had to pit under green, unscheduled pit stop under green late in the race. Ends up finishing 17th. Matt Crafton, Chris Wright, Tyler Ankrum, who ended up getting involved in that wreck that brought out the second to last caution. But yeah. So overall, I'm not really gonna say it was a decent race. It was kind of, well, I'm not really gonna say it's a good race. It was more of a decent race. Just a lot of anticipation heading into the race. Just didn't really deliver. Same thing with the All-Star race. A lot of anticipation. I'm actually excited for the Coke 600 because this might be inverse from last year. I don't know if you remember, but last year the truck race was full of everything. Johnny Sauter literally got the whole right side sheared off his car in a very scary wreck last year. And the Coke 600, literally nothing happened. So let's hope these races were just inverse this year, like they usually are the years after. So yeah. I'm gonna be able to strike up a few things later on, probably. Well, not really, no. Christian Eckes finishing 4th, pretty impressive considering the only times he was up front other than that was just because of strategy. Yeah. We can talk about IndyCar. Colton Herta actually flipped earlier, not even today anymore, yesterday now. Colton Herta flipped in Indianapolis 500 practice. I predicted that though. I definitely called that. Also, when was the last time an IndyCar flipped? Like I look at compilations and the most recent ones I see are like 2017 where a car soared through the air in the same track actually. The Indy 500 is the one race in IndyCar where you can expect people to regularly get up off the ground. So I'm already calling that somebody's gonna flip in the Indy 500. There's gonna be a serious airborne wreck in the Indy 500. I'm already calling it. But yeah. Pretty fun truck race. I don't know why I said pretty fun. It was pretty boring, to be honest with you. The whole last stage, if it were like, I'll be honest, if it were someone like John Hunter Nemechek up front or Zane Smith up front, that whole last stage, I'd be giving this a way worse rating. It would have been really boring because it actually was pretty boring. But the fact that Carson Hocevar was in the lead and he'd never won, it just made it exciting. It's like basically if someone hasn't won and they're running up front, no matter how boring the race is, if someone who's never won before is running up front, it's gonna seem thrilling. Okay, it's like the laps are gonna seem to take forever. You know, it's gonna be like, oh man, this race is pretty great. This race is taking forever though. You know, like man, this guy's in the lead. He might win. When's it gonna happen? That's like the whole last stage. Honestly, it took forever. It always does actually. It actually doesn't really matter who's leading. It usually does. The last stage usually does end up taking forever, and the first two stages will go by after 10 seconds. Well, yeah. I kinda got nothing else to say, nothing else to do. I might run the end of this race. I'm doing, but probably not. I'm probably gonna close the game before I finish this. Actually, sucks because I'm doing pretty good. Kind of wanted to be able to run down Christian Eckes here, though, who I was just talking about. But yeah, we should talk about Zane Smith. I guess Zane Smith and Ty Majeski were up at the front for just the first stage. Then they sort of faded back later on. Where did Ty Majeski finish? I think I already went through him. No, Ty Majeski actually didn't finish in the top 15. Kind of strange. He was up at the front. I'm pretty sure I remember him having issues, though. I was about to say Chandler Smith, by the way, when I first saw Eckes here. But yeah. My review of the race. I don't know, man. Say what you will. Hocevar should have won. That finish was pretty wicked. And, yeah. This race I'm doing right now is going to get boring since I'm in the lead, so I'm going to drive through the grass and do a few hoops. Shooting some hoops in the truck series. Yeah, really got nothing else to say. I'm kind of just doing the stream to stream the race. Race is actually pretty engaging though, so way more engaging than the actual truck race tonight. Oh, actually, Arrow pushed him up the track. Fortunately, not gonna get there. So why don't you do race reviews of all the races I do, because these things are pretty fun, let me tell you. Yeah, I'm right on his back bumper, entering the corner every time, and that pushes him up the track. So this is a pretty good intermediate race. Way more exciting than the actual race today, like I've already said. Someone could actually be glued to their TV screen for a little bit. This is unrealistic. We should be losing time because we're side by side. Meanwhile, the two of us are just pulling away from everyone. Should have let him get a run there. That would be more realistic. Because drivers in real life don't lift for that kind of thing. My eyes are getting heavy. I've actually been kind of tired for a while, so. I've actually recently started getting tired earlier. So yeah, first race of summer break, and I'd say, I don't know what to say. I don't know if it was a good or bad race. It's bad because Hocevar wrecked, but at the same time, him leading all those laps puts him probably pretty good in the point standings. Still finished 16th, which is actually the equivalent of 20th in Cup. Halfway through the field. Oh crap. Yeah, I kinda just put myself on the wall there. I'll own that one. Now I gotta go own my teammate. This reminds me, this track is actually kinda good in this game. I don't know why I've always hated it. It's actually pretty good. Good racing. And again, the track does handle different at night. I don't know if that's really the case in this game, but it feels like it though, because when I do the day race... Actually, I guess the trucks are just better, because I've tried this in Cup, and it's really bad. In Xfinity, it's very, very bad. And they all handle differently, too. The trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. Only a little, though, where there's, like, one of them's really loose, and the other two are not as loose. The trucks are the tightest of the bunch, though. I feel like the Xfinity cars are, though, just... I've been through quite the adventure, though, these past few days. Let me tell ya. I have had quite the summer break already. For some reason, it feels like it's about to be over. We haven't even gotten through the last part of month that we gotta get through before, Yeah, I'm talking about nothing now. Carson Hocevar got screwed because of a caution at the end. Seems to happen a lot to NASCAR drivers. Specifically people whose first name are Carson and last names are Hocevar. Nothing else I can say about the race. I've already said that 100 times. Just goes to show I'm just kinda doing this for my own amusement. Yeah, Enfinger did shoot out of a cannon though at the end of the race. Restarted 3rd or 4th on that inside lane. Ended up finishing 2nd. So had a shot to win. Also, Eckes was in the lead coming to the white flags. So I don't really know how he ended up fading back to 4th. I mean, I guess they were all bunched up. Could have let me finish the stage. But alright. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.